Welcome to another episode of History of Bengal, Halloween and Bhoot Chaturdashi. We are going to discuss the interesting parallels and the possible connections between these two festivals in two different parts of the world. Halloween is the day for remembering the dead. Bhoot Chaturdashi, likewise, is a day that is devoted to the dead. We light a candle or we light a lamp for the memory of the dead. And it is believed that by lighting this lamp raised to the sky, it shows a pathway to the departed souls who can come back on the earth on this day. It's a metaphor for remembering the dead, it's a commemoration of our ancestors, and it is a festival both of dread as well as jubilation. The light signals both the eternal souls, the souls who can come back by being guided by that light. And the light at the same time also dispels fear, because from very ancient times, light is something that fights darkness and gives us hope. This particular night of the year, when we are about to celebrate the worship of goddess Kali, see, this is the Kartik Amavasya's Eve. Halloween, in fact, in the West, it is also All Hallows Eve. And today, Bhuta Chaturdashi, it's actually the eve of Kali Puja. Kali Puja is on Kartika Amavasya, and this is on the Chaturdashi, which is, which is why it is called Bhoot Chaturdashi. So this is a very interesting day on which we remember our 14 ancestors. In fact, in Hindu rituals, it is customary to recite the names and seek blessings of the 14 ancestors. And so Bhuta Chaturdashi is actually the 14, the number 14 is pretty significant here, and 14 ancestors, which is our lineage, which is our legacy. And we seek their blessings and we remember them on this day. Now, how exactly we have these two festivals in two different parts of the world, apparently without any connection, and yet bearing this kind of resemblance, occult resemblance and similarity? And so, what is the reason behind it? One possible reason can be the non-Vedic Aryan connection. In ancient India, we had the Vedic Aryans, but prior to the arrival of the Vedic Aryans, we had the non-Vedic Aryans, very often called Vratya Aryans, also called Outer Aryans, and Bengalis are descendants of these Outer Aryans. I mean, our ancestry is formed by various other ethnic groups. We have Dravida ancestry, we also have Austroasiatic and Mongoloid ancestries. I mean, they come much later. But this Dravida and the Outer Aryan ancestry, these two are pretty significant. And in this Outer Aryan ancestry, we can safely assume that certain types of Indo-European people who came to India and who will later on go to Europe and form the basis of the Celtic population, the Celtic nations there in the western part of Europe, they probably had a similar kind of a festival. Earlier, in one of our videos, we talked about the possible connections and parallels between the Gundestrup cauldron and the Proto-Shiva, the so-called Proto-Shiva, or the Pashupati image from Harappan civilization. And we said that they represent the druids, the priests of the religion which existed among certain groups of ancient Indo-European people. And therefore, this Celtic festival of Samhain, written as Samhain, pronounced more like Samhain, in this particular festival, this festival of light, a festival that happens exactly at the juncture between the two parts of the year, when the year is about to grow dark and cold and winter is about to come. Okay, so that colder half, and before the colder half begins, I mean, this particular day, a celebration of that day by means of light, by means of a remembrance of the dead, that probably is quite age old. It's related to season, it's related to the particular form of magic the magic related religion, the religion that practiced this kind of magic and occult practices. And the Druids were, of course, uh, the pillars of this kind of religion that the Celtic people had. And of course, in India, we had a similar form. We had Guru, and the Guru is a person who's kind of semi divine and who leads us, yeah, from darkness to light. And therefore, this Bhuta Chaturdashi, the day on which we remember the dead and we light lamps raised to the sky, Akash Prodip, which is supposed to be a pathway for the departed souls to come and give us their blessings. This resemblance, and of course Halloween, additionally, it has become a fun festival, particularly in United States of America, with the migration of the Celtic immigrants from different parts of Europe, who different parts of Western Europe, from Britain and from other countries. This Celtic Gaelic festival assumed a lot of prominence in United States, and from the this Western culture, it has spread to different parts of the world, and many people since then have been justifiably surprised by these strange parallels between Samhain, this ancient festival, Samhain, or as today it is called Halloween, and as All Hallows Eve, it is even granted a place by the Christian Church. And of course, Christian Church has accommodated a lot of pagan and pre-Christian festivals. Now, here, of course, we believe that the connection should be made between the Vratya or outer Aryans and the Celtic people, and the Gundestrup cauldron definitely is one very interesting missing link between the possible connection which existed. And here we are talking about non-Vedic Aryans. So the outer Aryans who did not practice Veda but had a form of Tantra, and who might have celebrated this form of ancestor worship. This is not just ancestor worship, this is a remembrance of the ancestors. This is a dialectical process where the ancestors are both feared as well as venerated. So the dead are, here we have a mixed attitude towards the dead. The dead frighten us, but we are also excited by the presence of the dead as they will walk among us tonight. Of course, in a metaphorical way. Of course, we can access the dead only in metaphors when they come and they cohabit with us, because the past is never dead. The past is never fully dead. The past walks in our midst, and that's why we have this channel, History of Bengal, where we are talking about our past. And this very interesting parallel, this very possible connection between Halloween and Bhuta Chaturdashi is for ours to see. It's there. I mean, the possibilities are too obvious to miss, and therefore we have tried to understand what could be the possible connections between these two festivals. Happy Halloween, happy Bhuta Chaturdashi, and happy Kali Puja. And please like, share, and subscribe this channel, History of Bengal, for more such videos on our ancient past. Thank you. Namaskar.